What is going on? It is Chris here as normal. If you guys all had a pretty good Monday in the NBA, a ton of games, and yeah, for the most part, the scores weren't too high last night. Unfortunately for us, we got screwed over by D Rose. Of course, the one time that I pick him, he decides to suck. Kobe White looks like the rotation is changing on him a little bit, so we're gonna have to gonna have to get off White because it looks like they're not going to be playing him as much as they were the first couple games. So definitely have to keep an eye on that. And also Marquise Chris, we got screwed because, it got announced that he was not going to start after lock on Fanduel, so we couldn't change it, and he only played like 4 minutes. So, yeah, really got screwed there. Even then, with all three of those guys not coming up for us, we still scored a 303. So we were only like 7 or 8 points out of cash with all three of those guys absolutely sucking. So it was just one of those nights, unfortunately. We had a solid lineup, really did, besides those three guys. So, it is what it is. Got to move on from it. It did cash in some small three-mans and stuff like that. DK did cash in a couple double-ups, in some small leagues. But for the most part, just came up a little short. Some of those guys screwed us. So, but anyway, we're going to be looking ahead to today's games as normal. If you want to join us, check out our website down there in the comment section below. It's $50 per month per site and $350 for the entire season per site. Like I said, get in on our website. We have some steps and stuff like that, directions. Just follow those and we'll get you all set up. So, and as normal, if you like the video, leave a like. We do appreciate it. And if you are new here, hit that sub button. We will be doing videos almost every single day for the main slate. So we got a small three-gamer here today, 7:30 Eastern time start time, so 30 minutes later than normal. So definitely keep an eye on that. We have a messy slate. I mean, on paper, this slate looks like trash, just because of all the teams. There's a fast take on a slow, and so on and so forth. So, but yeah, let's get into it. I do have some projections up for you guys. As normal, these are just first look projections. They will change throughout the day. We got Atlanta, Miami at 223 and Miami by 8. I think Atlanta keeps in this game a little closer than what they're giving them. I get it, Jimmy Butler's going to be back, but since you got a Young that's going to throw up 700 shots a game, you're usually going to be close in a ball game, no matter who you're playing. So, speaking of Trae Young, didn't do too good last night, but I still got him at 44.5 here. I'm not sure who's going to be guarding him in this one. We'll have to see. I don't know if Nunn's going to start. I'm not sure. I don't think he's going to with Butler being back. So he might get Butler on him. I don't know. Young's a little too fast for Butler, but we'll have to see. Butler, a really good defensive player. Dragic is coming off the bench, so who knows? They might just start Nunn again. I have him low at 16, but if we get word that Nunn is going to start, I'll probably bump him up. His usage rate is going to go down a little bit because of Butler, but I still think he gets you 25, 26. Man, he's 6,000, which is a little much for me, but like I said, the usage rate is going to get a little bit of a knockback because of Jimmy. But I still think you can play him here. He is facing a fast-paced Atlanta game. I'm a little worried about his minutes. I just don't know how much they're going to play him with Jimmy coming back. I know they're two different positions, but, we'll have to see what's going on with that. But for now, I got him really low, but if he starts, probably bump him up. I still don't mind Dragic off the bench. Don't think he's going to get as much, but I still got him for 28. I personally don't mind him. Then you got Trae Young there. So this is all a big question mark, these two guys for me. I expect Dragic to come off the bench, but Nunn is the wild card because I just don't know how many minutes he's going to play here. We'll have to see. Butler coming back. I do like him. I do have him at 40. He was out the last couple games because of birth of his little one, and I expect him to come out firing here. He's all happy and going to play for his little one. So I do like Jimmy Butler here. Hero takes a little bit of a hit, but you can maybe look at him off the bench. Winslow takes a ginormous hit, so I only got him at 33.5. That might be still a little high. Maybe Hunter in the GPP, his minutes went up to 30, so keep an eye on that if they play him again. It is a back-to-back, so I don't know how many minutes they're going to play the young guys. Keep an eye on it. But as of now, Bembry, his minutes are taking a hit with Hunter and Herter and some of those guys getting more minutes. So Bembry is off for now. Reddish, he's getting big minutes, but he sucks. Moving on here, power forward. Collins not really the best spot against Bam. I don't mind Bam. I still think he's solid. His usage should be about the same here. So I still like Bam here at 78, solid option. And that's really it there. Kelly might be out, so that might help Bam a little bit. Maybe Myers Leonard, but he's more of a three-pointer, a three-point center. He's not really a guy that's going to play too much, I don't think. So, if I had to pick in this one, Bam, Young, and then probably my bad. Butler, Bam, and Young. Bam and Young are really close for sure, and then probably none depending on his minutes. That's how I'd rank that game. But like I said, you can definitely flip-flop Bam and Young for sure. I think, obviously, Young has a lot more upside than Bam does. And then moving on, next game, we have a 2-16, Denver and Dallas. This one could play a little slow. Denver is not a fast-paced team at all. We saw Sacramento, they only had, 94 points or something last night. So really slow game here. And the other thing is that they're playing as a team right now. No one's really getting a ton of fantasy points. Murray's not doing too much. Gary Harris isn't doing that much. He did okay the night before. The only guy that I would kind of consider a GPP only is Malik Beasley. Even then, his minutes are up and down, 25 and 21. That looks good and all, but he's just not too reliable or consistent. So we'll just have to see. I got him at 17 for now. I mean, that's okay if you really need to punt somebody, but I don't know how reliable he really is. Will Barton could be interesting here. Had a bad one there against Phoenix, but not too bad against Portland. So he's going to get a couple of his shots. You can definitely look at him. I only have him at 23, but I think get you 25, 26 at max in this one. Don't really care for Hardaway, Dorian Finney-Smith, I guess 16, 17. Porzingis, I don't mind him in this one. Not too afraid of Paul Millsap. Don't care for Millsap or Grant. You can look at Jokic. I don't know if you really need to spend up for him, but who knows? I mean, this could be a game that he comes out and scores because we're not expecting it. And so, yeah, this game is really iffy here. You got Luka Doncic, I forgot to mention. He usually does good no matter what. I got him a little bit lower at 52 than normal. I still think he sits around 52, 55 range. He's still going to shoot a ton. But I just don't know how fast this game is really going to play here. We'll see. It might go a little bit faster. But for now, man, I mean, you can look at Luka, Porzingis for sure, and maybe one or two of Jokic, Will Barton in a couple, Beasley maybe in a one-off. But, man, this slate is not the greatest on paper so far. I guess the game that targets Lakers and Memphis, I think Memphis keeps up with them a little bit until the very end, and then they go off here. But anyway, we have a 2-19 and a 12 spread. Lakers actually are playing a lot slower than normal as well. I got Jay Morant a little higher than the field here. His usage just skyrocketed to 35.4. Dude just randomly took a ton of shots here, and I like that here against Brooklyn. So I get it. I think that was an overtime game, but still, I do like him a lot. He's going to probably sit around 30 minutes. Not many good point guards. You're taking a little bit of a risk with him just because his minutes aren't there, but there are not many good players out here. So if you, I definitely would rather go Luka Doncic for sure here in this one if you had to pick, but Morant still a solid option. And also, you got Young up there as well. So moving on, if Rondo's out, you can look at Quinn Cook just in a GPP only. If you go look at all these games, most of these are blowouts. And if Rondo's out and this spread stays at 12 or so and you think it's going to be a blowout, Quinn Cook could be a solid option. And like I said, GPP only, because I think if this game stays close, he's not going to get a ton of minutes here. So, like I said, if this game is a blowout, I really do not mind Mr. Quinn Cook. Moving on to shooting guard, you can maybe look at Danny Green and a couple. If Kyle Anderson can't play, that might help out Dylan Brooks a little bit. Also, Solomon Hill. I don't have anything on Hill yet. He did play 22, but he's only played in one game, though. So if Anderson is out, Hill gets a little bit of a bump and probably be my GPP play of the slate. But he only played in one game, so I don't know how his minutes are going to be. He could only play like 6 or 7 here today. LeBron's an all right option. There's not a lot of studs, so you can look at him. For sure, AD is going to be 700% owned, so you got to look at him. I like Jackson, but the only thing with him, as normal, foul trouble. But if he doesn't get in foul trouble, he can get you 35 to 40, but also the interior of LA is pretty dang good, so he might have a little bit of issues there with AD and McGee and Howard down there. I don't mind Brandon Clark off the bench. I got about 27. 55 is pretty reasonable. And, he's not doing too bad an all-around player. So I do like Clark, only 55. Very solid option. And I don't mind Valanciunas. Only bad thing about this dude, GPP, for me, just because look at his minutes. He's coming back from an injury. As the trends look, he's probably going to get 22 minutes in this one. Went off here against Brooklyn, but don't expect that again. As I said, LA is a pretty good interior team here, so probably 25, 26 at max for Valanciunas at 62 might be a little much for me. McGee is sucking, and Howard is playing a couple more minutes than normal here, so you can look at him. Memphis plays a little big. Sometimes they go small, so we'll have to see. Howard is just dependent on how many bigs are out there, so played a lot because Utah, obviously, bigs. Charlotte has some bigs as well, so we'll have to see. He might play around his normal 20 minutes, so definitely worth a look as well. But I got him a little low, but I could definitely see him at 21 to 22 points. So, honestly, this slate looks doo-doo, to be honest with you. Shoot. This Atlanta-Miami game is probably my favorite, I guess, because it could be competitive or it could be blown out. I mean, I guess with this one too, but I feel like the Laker game could go slow. I like these guys. Young, Butler, Bam, Dragic, Nunn maybe as well. So I'm kind of favoring that game so far, but also you got to get in some AD and try to get in Luka somewhere. I love Porzingis for sure. Expensive, but so as of now, there's not a lot of cheap guys out there. Maybe Hill, but we won't get news on Anderson for Fanduel, so we'll have to see. So it's kind of a straight-up slate, kind of play it safe. It's a 3-gamer, so don't play a ton of money. Not a lot of edge out there. Everybody's going to have the same exact plays. So, hopefully some value opens up throughout the day, and maybe that changes a little bit. So that is it. Short video, but just take it easy. Not the greatest slate, as I mentioned, and just wait until tomorrow. I think tomorrow's a bigger slate. So that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video as normal. Leave a like. I do appreciate it. If you are new here, hit that sub button. We do videos every day. And also, if you haven't signed up yet, why not come join us? $50 per month per site and $350 for the season per site. To get in on it, check out our Twitter in the comment section below. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it, and we will see you guys here a little